Hi guys, this is Igor from AtomicCar review team again, and today we're filming 2003 Toyota Matrix, younger sister Toyota Corolla but with all-wheel drive. First generation of Toyota Matrix first time appeared on the market in 2003 and they produce them until 2008. Toyota built this car as a comparative to Subaru Impreza or Volkswagen Golf GTI. It's totally the same Corolla if you check this car underneath or under the hood, but with one more features. You can order it all-wheel drive. Toyota Matrix has 5-door hatchback body and it's much more convenient than regular Toyota Corolla. That's the cheapest version of Toyota Matrix. What's the difference between cheapest and more expensive? First of all, if you order it more expensive version, usually they have blacked out window frame, and also of course you're gonna get alloy wheels. Over here you have just regular wheel cup. Also difference on the front bumper. Over here it's regular, but if you order it XR or XRS version, you have something like bumper spoiler and fog lights in the bumper. This car has two different types of engine. All of them is 1.8 liter engine, but one of them as a standard on this one is just 130 horsepower, and if you order it XRS version you will get 170. This is the same engine as on Toyota Celica. Toyota is always a good investment, but the Matrix even better. Because of all-wheel drive, this car holds price much better. If you're on the market for a small car and for example you found a good Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, but in the same price you found the Toyota Matrix, I would definitely recommend this car because of the interior, because it's hatchback, it's much more convenient to use it, it's more trunk space, and again you have options with all-wheel drive. I would say Matrix is not the same sporty car as a Honda Civic, but I would say a little bit cheaper to maintain because of the most expensive problem on a Civic as a AC compressor, and sometimes you can get Civic with a crack in the engine block. As usual, Toyota biggest problem for Matrix is a wheel bearing and catalytic converter, and the very common problem is oil leak from engine. But most common oil leak from the engine on Toyota Matrix you can fix it with regular O-ring. Tire size for this car is one of the most popular on the market. It's 2.5, 55, 16. It's a base version, or you can put 17-inch rims or even get them if you bought XRS version. And in this case you have 2.25, 45, 17 or 2.5, 50, 17. But if you have all-wheel drive and you want to be king on the winter roads, I would recommend for you put on the 16-inch rims, 1.95, 16, 16. This car is gonna be like tractor during the winter time. Or if you have 17-inch version, in this case I would recommend 2.5, 50, 17. Toyota Matrix, very popular car between Uber drivers. First of all, it's more convenient because of the trunk, and also it's all-wheel drive system. You can get your money even during the snow. Interior, I would say it's again the same style as a Subaru Impreza, where you can customize as much as you want. Everything is so simple and look really as a car which you want to customize. Even radio is standard size double DIN, which you can replace on any custom radio, and like everything simple. And even light on dashboard is the same as on Audi, aggressive red light. Radio on the Matrix also not the most expensive one, but at least it's much better than on Subaru Impreza. I never heard anything worse than Subaru Impreza. Subaru radio, it's just waste of money. Climate control is pretty intuitive. It's just regular standard Toyota steering handle, which you can adjust and do whatever you want pretty easy.
Today Igor asked me, what do you think about the interior of this car? I said, you know, it looks like a standard Toyota interior. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. But something that I really loved about is the dashboard buttons. To me, they really look like Orbit bubblegum.
Seats are pretty comfortable and hold you really well. I think the biggest achievement is because of this fabric on the seat. The car is not really wide, but you feel this car is pretty airy because I think of the high roof it's much more comfortable to sit inside compared to a regular Toyota Corolla.
What I think no one should do is save money on women, and they really saved money on us guys. Girls, there's no light here.
Back seat really comfortable. I think it's all because of this high roof and because of all your seats in more vertical position compared to other car. I'm sitting behind myself. I'm 6'1" and still enough space for me. Car has even back cup holders, but usually on Toyota they always broken. This is trunk. I would say it's one of my favorite space in this car. First of all, you have two options how to open it. You can open whole tailgate like now, or you can open just a small glass door and put just your small back over here. Pretty nice, old style of American SUV. Again, we're gonna talk a lot about this trunk. First of all, look how they build it. They all covered by regular plastic, no fabric, no any carpet, just a plastic. And plastic really easy to clean. That's why dog lovers, Uber drivers, taxi drivers really like this car. Just take your wet wipe and clean it up. Easy. I would say it's not so deep as on regular sedan, but it's the same deep as on Subaru Impreza. Again, all-wheel drive car or rear-wheel drive car never have a lot of space on the back or in the trunk. That's why you have the same size of trunk, because you have rear-wheel drive, I would say all-wheel drive on this car. But even with this trunk size, you can have a lot of space under the trunk lid. You can put like pretty much of stuff over here, like whatever you need, jumper cable, maybe some other stuff. Also, you can fold rear seat. And it's really flat space. Really flat. Easy to clean and flat. And also, you can fold it front seat. Again, you can put something really long. For example, like your surfboard, right? And again, this front seat, it's a really nice features for Uber driver. You can propose even use your front seat as a table for laptop for passenger, which is they really use it. Or also you can give to play over here during your long trip for your kids. They even cover this front passenger seat with regular plastic, which is easy to clean again. Door from plastic, everything from plastic. Yeah, it's look maybe cheap, but guys, it's so easy to maintain. Really cool for taxi driver. Okay guys, right now we're under 2003 Toyota Matrix with 139,000 miles. What should we check under this car? First of all, we should check leaks, oil leaks, and also we should check the rust. The biggest leaks from this engine was from oil pan. Why? Because rust eat it. As you can see, we're replacing them. But if you find it some cheap one on internet, I would say it's gonna be pretty cheap, just $35 I think we pay for this. If it's gonna be original, of course it's gonna be more expensive. I would expect more than $60 and around 1.5 hours of labor. Also, if you change oil pan, you should do oil change. Another problem which usually has only Matrix, because it's all-wheel drive car, which is usually regular Corolla never has, is leak from front differential. As you can see, it's here, but over here it's pretty small leak. I would say it's just foggy. I'm not gonna worry for now until it's like this condition, but it's a common spot from where you can see oil leak on the Matrix. Another biggest problem with Toyota Matrix, I would say, with all Toyota, it's not the biggest problem. I would say around this mileage, around after 100,000 miles, you need to check condition of bearings. Just go on highway, go fast, try to change direction in here, try to hear from which side you hear more noise. Probably you're supposed to change bearing. For example, we did it on the back of this car. We're supposed to replace it. Probably we'll need another one very soon, but for now everything fine. But Toyota's bearing usually work for 100, 120, 130,000 miles. Never buy cheap Chinese bearing. Sometimes it's really hard to fit them. They fit, but sometimes you're supposed to use hammer to put them, for example, as a whole hub on this car. Sometimes you should use the hammer to put it back. Another common leak, it's from rear differential on Toyota Matrix, which is you never have on your Corolla, but over here everything dry, thank God, perfect. We just replaced it rear strut on this car, and again, for this mileage is kind of common for Toyota, for Camry, for Corolla, for any Toyota. And this one car, not only one. As you can see, we put brand new. Also, you can find them for pretty cheap money. Sometimes it could be even, I don't know, 30 bucks, but I don't know how long it's gonna work, because this Chinese good one, I would expect around $70. Okay, as a summary, what we should check underneath of Toyota Matrix. First of all, it's rust. First of all, rust on oil pan, rust on the brake, rust on the exhaust system, if you need to check it, or I mean replace it or no. Second reason, we drive it on a highway and check how noisy bearing. Also, we should check struts. Again, it's common problem to replace it, but again, common, but for mileage after 100,000 miles, I would say. Rest is on this car pretty reliable. Also, don't forget to check leaks on the back on the engine, and I would say for oil pan, but again, reason to leak for leaks from oil pans, again, rust. Rest is reliable. Another oil leak problem, but again, it's for this mileage, it's not too bad. It's oil leak from valve cover gasket. This car also have it, we will show you. And also, it's a timing chain tensioner. It's a leak from O-rings. You just need to replace it, and pretty easy. It's on the behind of the engine. This is the area where valve cover gasket is usually leaking. I don't know if camera can show it, but it's like right now it's pretty big leak. The rest of the engine is pretty reliable. I would say just biggest problem is oil leaks, but again, it's fine compared to Europe car from, for example, from Germany. It's nothing, because at this mileage, at 139,000 miles, you're gonna have oil leaks everywhere in German cars. This car is have it, but not so many. But maintenance is pretty cheap on this car. It's just 4-cylinder. Everything on the top over here is gonna cost, I don't know, for 30 minutes of mechanic work. And the spark plugs, again, it's just 4. Again, choose the leading one and forget about them. About drivability of this car, I would say it's pretty average, but this car really holds turns very well. I think this happened because this car has all-wheel drive system. Really, I tried to drive it pretty fast today, but never heard any squeaking noise from the rubber. It roll body a little bit more than, I would say, Toyota Corolla, but again, maybe because of the body is a little bit higher than Toyota Corolla. As a summary at the end, buy or not this car, I would say it's pretty nice car for first time driver. For example, for student driver, or for your kids, or even for your wife during the winter time, if you're scared if she's gonna get to the accident. If you bought this car with all-wheel drive, with winter tires, you're gonna be pretty relaxed during the winter. What I would recommend to you to check during your buying process with this car, first of all, bring it to mechanic and check how rusty is it. Because this car is 2003, and again, you can find a lot of rust, especially over here in New England, but again, it's pretty reliable car. I would say definitely take it on a ride on, for example, on a highway, because biggest problem for Toyota, I would say, you usually should replace some bearing during 130, 150. If somebody care about car and drive really slow and try to pass all bumps, you can have your original bearing even until 200,000 miles. But again, drive it on highway with high speed and check how noise from a bearing. Also check oil leak on the engine, and also check if it's exhaust system in a good condition, because again, to this age, after 2003, usually you should replace catalytic converter, which is pretty expensive job, and to be honest, we did this on this car. Also, Toyota Matrix is really nice car for Uber beginners. First of all, it's cheap to maintain, all-wheel drive, easy to clean, and again, it's Toyota, it's reliable. Thanks for watching us, and see you in next review.